Hi, JD here from the Institute of Wow. The title of this particular Facebook Live is Step Outside Your Comfort Zone, and you might be able to count some extra cash. The reason I'm saying that is that in the game that we're in, which is helping business owners attract more leads and more clients, the ones, as in the business owners, who really get the best value out of our advice are the ones that just roll their sleeves up and do it. They step outside their comfort zone. And I had a wonderful video testimonial sent to me by a client in Adelaide just a couple of days ago. Mark Battersby, his name is. And Mark was in the real estate game. He's now in the retail game, working for a furniture and homewares business, retail. And I've been encouraging him to step outside the square, do Facebook Lives and do high teas and all sorts of things. I mean, who would do a high tea in a furniture shop? Well, guess what? He does. And I wanted to show you exactly what he's just done last weekend and blitzed it, made a lot of money. And stay with me if you're a business owner, because if you replicate this sort of stuff or this sort of thinking, there's a good chance that you might make a lot of money too. He's part of my private coaching program, which if you're looking for details, just click the link above or below or wherever it might be here, which says bookawowcall.com. You can have a call with me. Or if you just want to have a look at the program, it's wowmasterclass.com, and you'll see the link somewhere around this video. Let me show you, as I flip the camera around, exactly what he's been doing. Okay, so this is what he was up to last weekend. He had a float for Waller's furniture store. That's the name of the furniture store that he works for. So he had that float, and it was doing a 6 kilometre, ride down the road with a whole bunch of other floats. Let me have a look here. This is how he dressed himself up. This is Mark here. Okay, he used to be a policeman, would you believe? And now look at him. And I want to show you the testimonial that he gave me. I'm pretty proud of it because he was very, very thankful for what's happened to him personally and what's happened to his business. He's dressed as the Mad Hatter. Okay, so we come back to that photo. You'll see he's the Mad Hatter over here, and here he is with a wonderful testimonial. If you're in a business, you might like to have a look at this because I think you might get something out of it.
JD, it's Bats here. Mate, I had to send you this video. Just finished doing a float at the Barossa Valley Big Vintage Parade. They have it every 2 years. Took your advice, leapt out of my comfort zone, did a Disney-themed float. Alice in Wonderland, as you can see here. Disney down the side. Went for 6 kilometres. The locals and the tourists up here absolutely went berserk. Loved it, mate. Killer idea. Can't believe that only a few years ago I was a rookie real estate agent, and obviously after meeting you, mate, you've got me into some fantastic ideas and concepts and running events for with retail. Only yesterday had a massive event here in the Barossa Valley and took your idea in creating events, and boy, did it go off. Just using a little bit of theatre and creating an event. We had our homeware sales were up 100%, furniture sales were up 200%, and I think the cafe was about 60-70% off. So completely amazing. So thanks so much, JD. And I just, while I was dressed up in all the makeup here, I had to send you a quick thank you. And look, anybody that's thinking about, and feel free to pass this on, JD, to anybody, if they're thinking about being involved in your program and they want to do something with their business, where they're selling, coffee, candle, couch, service, whatever, just get involved with JD, get involved with these wow concepts. You can see this is pretty wow, and it just explodes your business. It just makes a massive difference. The guy's been doing it for so long, he knows what works. And it is so simple as joining the dots. And it doesn't matter what the business is. I say coffee, candle, couch, I've mentioned 3 aspects of a business that all boomed just from one event. So, the guys, I was very lucky. A good friend of mine who's an international businessman said to me, Mark, I've only met 2 or 3 geniuses in my life, and John Dwyer's one of them. Now, I shouldn't say that, JD, your head's probably big enough, but unfortunately it's what he said. Obviously met you, got involved with the program, and haven't looked back. So, thank you so much. Anyone?
Okay, enough of him talking about me. Let me talk about me. Anyway, look, I just figured that if you're in business and you're not stepping outside your comfort zone, you're doing the things that you've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years, and your sales are flatlined, and you're thinking, you're doing the Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. Oh, what's happening? How come my sales are declining or flatlining? It's probably because you're not keeping up with the times. It's probably because Uber has come along. Whatever the Uber is in your industry, might be Amazon, and they're stealing market share. And if you want to being around an environment which is very ideas driven and ideas based on logic and science, not just ponytail, creative ideas from the advertising agency as he flicks his ponytail, then you might like to be part of our environment. And if you'd like to have a look at what our private coaching looks like, then just click the link above or below or beside me here, which is wowmasterclass.com. Have a look at it. If you're a business, it's pretty much for established businesses. So if you're a startup, it's probably not for you. But if you're an established business, this will be the cheapest private consult program that probably on the planet. If you go to an advertising agency, they won't look at you for the sort of dollars that we charge for our consult, for our private consult program. So have a look at it, wowmasterclass.com. And if you're interested, then you can contact us thereafter. Step outside your comfort zone. Every client that we have who's stepped outside our comfort zone makes a good amount of money. This particular guy, Mark Battersby, I'm going to put him back on the screen just to embarrass him, because that's what he looked like when he was, basically chairing his float in a 6-kilometre parade in the Barossa Valley last week. Mark is now the marketing manager for a series of furniture and homeware stores. And I said to him, hold high teas. And he said to me, high tea in a furniture store? We're not a cafe. I said, no. Yeah, he does have a cafe in the furniture store, by the way. I said, no, just hold high teas and bring, women are attracted by 2 words, high and tea. Get them to come in and have a high tea and have a look at how much furniture you sell. Well, guess what? You know what the answer to this is going to be. He's broken records in terms of sales on the days that he has high tea. I mean, he has high teas regularly. We're talking weekly now. So it's not one of those things where he tests and it works and then he thinks, might do that next year. No, he realises that if something works, then milk the living crap out of it by having it regularly. So he fills these high teas with a whole bunch of women, mainly women. There might be a few men that come, but we're talking about the 3-tiered scones and the sandwiches and the beautiful, sort of silver service and the whole thing. And he says to me, every time he holds them, his boss just shakes his head and goes, I don't believe this. You're bringing people into our store with a high tea and they're walking out with a recliner chair. So, yeah, think outside the square. If you want some help with thinking outside the square, then, wowmasterclass.com. All the best.